Cross-border firing between India and Pakistan has left at least 9 civilians dead and over 24 others injured. Indian officials say both Pakistani and Indian troops have each bombarded the other side with gunfire and mortar shells. Fighting erupted after Pakistani rangers fired at India's border posts in the disputed Jammu and Kashmir region. That prompted retaliatory attacks. The exchange of fire has also caused tens of thousands of villagers to flee their homes. New Delhi and Islamabad agreed to a ceasefire on their line of control in 2003. But the two sides often trade accusations of violating the accord. The Himalayan region of Kashmir has been a flashpoint since the subcontinent was divided by Britain in 1947. India and Pakistan have fought 2 of their 3 wars over Kashmir. To discuss that further, we're now joined by Shahana Butt, Press TV's correspondent, who's now joining us on the line. Shahana, what are you hearing about the latest situation?
Vikar, it has always been like what is happening today is happening over the past 10 years since the ceasefire was actually signed by the two countries. Yes, the degree of exchange of fire has decreased, but then on and off such incidents have been happening, and the two countries have also started electrified wire on the borders. But besides that, the two countries, and the Indian government at least, had decided earlier that they will start building up a concrete wall. But then the situation in this region is like it continues to be a conflict where India and Pakistan can discuss everything in any forum of the world, but the issue of Kashmir remains undiscussed every time. And it seems like as if it's keeping breathing every time. The situation which India and Pakistan itself is creating for the people of Kashmir is really bad because every time any incident on the border happens, the displacement, the deaths and the losses is faced by the civilians, is faced by the people. And this year also we saw some major incidents of firing across the border in which civilians lost their lives. Look at this incident. Now what is happening is that people have permanently moved out of those bordering villages. They have lost their livelihood because they had their agricultural fields, they had their livelihood and other livestock, particularly on the bordering districts. But now what is happening is that because of displacement, these people have lost jobs, these people have lost agricultural income, and these people are losing lives, and it is taking toll on the mental health. And at the moment, I can tell you that the two countries are delaying the process of resolution or even at least negotiations, and the two countries have failed even to talk. Earlier this year, the secretary-level talks between India and Pakistan were supposed to be held in Islamabad, but New Delhi denied talking just because Pakistan government have decided to take at least some understanding from the pro-independence camp of Kashmir. So Indian government took a chance saying that we will not talk because Pakistan talks to a Kashmiri pro-independence camp. So the situation since the new government in India has come, it has become more tense. Things are not moving towards normalcy, which was expected. The things should have moved towards peace and prosperity, especially after the new government had started. But then, yes, the apprehension that Bharatiya Janata Party will not let the Kashmir issue to be resolved, it seems to be proving correct at the moment. And then the situations that are emerging on the borders seem that the two armies are not working according to the ceasefire. And there's always been a blame game between the two countries. Who started first? And this is creating a kind of a mistrust amongst people of Kashmir. They believe now that the two countries are losing interest about the population of Kashmir. They're just concerned about the land. They're not concerned about the people of Kashmir who have been suffering for the past 2 decades. Thousands of people have lost their lives in the dispute which is going on between India and Pakistan. And right now, this incidents like cross-border firing has been. I guess they have adopted this lifestyle. They usually listen to it. I, as a correspondent, moving to the areas of bordering districts, young children, students, and young men and young women are saying that, yes, we have been witnessing all this for long now, but we never know. Maybe tomorrow it's us who will die. Today it's somebody else, and tomorrow it may be us. So it's a constant fear they are living with. It's a high time that there should be an international pressure. That is what people of Kashmir believe. That is what is believed by the rights organizations and political parties that are actually working in Kashmir, that it's the right time that the two governments should at least negotiate, sit and talk, because the moment India and Pakistan clash with each other, it's supposed to be nuclear war, because the two countries are already possess a nuclear weapon. So the good for people of Kashmir is that the two countries talk and negotiate rather than fighting, especially after the incidents that have been happening in Kashmir, the recent flash floods. People are already devastated, and the situations like these are taking more toll on the life and lifestyle of the people, which the war between India and Pakistan has already, because it's a low-intensity conflict, it's going on, and people of Jammu and Kashmir are like landlocked. They don't have the way out to move here and there. So the situation is that the two countries need to talk on the table, and there needs to be an international pressure to at least negotiate, like what has happened in other parts of the world, referendums, peaceful referendums, rather than issues that are happening on the border, day-to-day killings. Over to you, Waqar.